Well, there you have it. Obviously, they're afraid. They don't have the evidence. They're not willing to give it to me. And they obviously sent the cops in there to run interference because they don't want to deal with me, and they don't want to deal with people, and they don't want to obviously give me my evidence. So appears the only way that the Rice County Attorney's Office can win cases in Rice County is by illegally withholding your evidence and maliciously prosecuting.
Okay, it is April 12th, 2015, 2:26 p.m. calling the Rice County Dispatch, hopefully speaking to Troy Dunn, the sheriff. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How can I help you?
Well, I was wondering if Sergeant Tom McBroom was on duty today.
Sergeant McBroom works Monday through Friday at the courthouse.
Okay. Isn't he a road deputy?
No, he's not. He hasn't been for a while.
Okay. He's a correctional officer or something?
No, he's a sergeant of the sheriff's department, but he's currently detail at the courthouse Monday through Friday.
So what are his job descriptions for his...
I'm not obligated to do it. Is there something someone else can help you with? I can put you through to his voicemail if you'd like.
Well, I was just trying to figure out how come he was harassing Ayrlahn Johnson at the county attorney's office on Friday, April 10th, 2015. So,
who are you?
Who am I? I'm the guy who's asking you for that information.
Okay, well, you can either give me your name and phone number. I can let you talk to someone else, or I'm going to put you through to his voicemail.
Well, who's on duty? Is there a sergeant on duty today?
There is, so I'll need your information.
Well, what's the sergeant's name?
It is Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith. Is that a male Sergeant Smith or a female Sergeant Smith?
It's a male.
Okay, what's male Sergeant Smith's first name, please?
I'm not going to give you that information. Would you like to speak with him?
Well, I'd like to speak with the male Sergeant Smith if he is available, please.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
I'll get you transferred in to the sergeant. One moment.
Thank you. Yes, this is Terry Nemmers. How are you doing today?
Who?
Terry Nemmers. What was your first name, Sergeant Smith?
It's Blaine, B-L-A-I-N-E.
Excuse me, I couldn't hear that.
It's Blaine, B-L-A-I-N-E.
Blaine. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's Terry. T-E-R-R-Y. Anyhow,
Terry.
excuse me.
What can I do for you?
Well, I have some disturbing video of a Sergeant Tom Broom. He's, I understand he's dispatched to the courthouse Mondays through Fridays, and he was harassing, he and another deputy, I presume a road deputy because they both were carrying sidearms, an Ayrlahn Johnson in the Rice County Attorney's Office, John Fossum's office. So I'm just trying to figure out what our Sergeant McBroom's actual duties at the courthouse Monday through Friday?
Or it'd be courthouse security, maintain peace.
Security, okay.
Security, maintain the peace and the courthouse, the courtrooms, provide for a safe environment for everyone, and enforce any orders of the court. General typical duties.
So in other words, he's kind of an armed bailiff then, what you're saying?
Yeah, he's a licensed peace officer.
Okay, but I mean essentially he's a bailiff. That's his job, correct?
I don't know what I would call him a bailiff.
Okay. Well, anyhow, you said he does security at the courthouse there. That's fine. I'll accept that. The thing is, he was making these wild and outrageous claims that he was picking up the mail at the county attorney's office on Friday. And, I have a hard time believing that because his first action wasn't to go pick up the mail, but to act as a secretary or a receptionist at the county attorney's office. And I'm not sure, you didn't mention anything about acting as a receptionist or secretary at the county attorney's office when you were rattling off his job description.
Yeah. That was just basic. There's a lot of other duties to perform, but do you have a specific complaint against Sergeant McBroom? That he did something to you that you want to file?
Well, I have a disturbing video of him and another deputy harassing Ayrlahn Johnson when he's trying to speak.
Ayrlahn Johnson?
Ayrlahn, excuse me, A-Y-R-L-A. I gotta spell it myself. A-Y-R-L-A-H-N Johnson.
Okay.
And he was at the Rice County Attorney's Office on Friday, April 10th, 2015, minding his own business, trying to speak to the county attorney because the county attorney, not only this county attorney, Mr. Fossum, but also the previous county attorney, Mr. Bowmaster, have been illegal withholding evidence from him in not one case, but 2 cases. So he was just trying to communicate with Mr. Fossum, but apparently Mr. Fossum didn't like the fact that Ayrlahn was recording the conversation at the time. Now, and now that I mentioned that, there is a security camera in the lobby of the Rice County Attorney's Office, correct?
I would assume there would be.
Okay, well, in the video I see a bubble up in the top. It would be his right-hand side as he's facing the display window there. So I'm sure that way it gives a good view of the whole room in there. So I know I've spoken to Mr. Johnson, and he is desiring to get that surveillance video for that incident there. And I'm sure that there's daily logs and probably an incident report, for this situation. So, I'm sure you have that all, on your computer, so that can easily be emailed to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Fossum has Ayrlahn Johnson's email address, and so plus I'd like to get a copy of those reports, and I'd gladly give you my email address right now. Are you prepared to take my email address?
No, I'm not quite sure what you want to do here. I mean,
Well,
I guess if you want to file a complaint,
well, first
I would recommend
what I'm doing is
you come down
well,
to
first
the sheriff's office and file a written complaint.
okay, first of all, I don't live anywhere near Rice County, so why would I do something like that when I could just email this information to you or to the sheriff? And the thing is,
You could email a complaint.
yes, I know I can. Anyhow, the thing is, what we're doing is we're in the investigative mode right now. We're gathering something called evidence. I'm sure you're familiar with that concept. So that's why we want to get like the daily logs for both the sergeant and this mysterious deputy, the armed deputy, who was aiding the sergeant and Mr. Fossum in this harassment of Ayrlahn Johnson. So I'm sure all your information's on computer, because I have the BCA agency deployment record for the Sheriff's Department in Rice County, and I can tell you exactly what kind of software you use if you want me to tell you that. You use
No, I would say if you're requesting information, that you should contact our records department or make a freedom of information request.
well, actually,
Whatever information be disclosed.
actually that's not correct. Actually, that's not correct information. That's FOIs. Those are federal data requests. Minnesota uses something called the Minnesota Data Practice Act. So you're asking me to do something that doesn't even apply. Do you understand that?
Well, you're gonna have to make an official request.
Well,
I don't have access to whatever you're requesting.
well, you have access to a pen and paper, don't you? You have access to a pen and paper. Do you have
Yeah, I
access?
do have access to a pen and paper.
Okay, then I'm making my official data request right now, because pursuant to state statute, upon request, and I'm making the request right now to you, Sergeant
So
Smith.
you're gonna make a written request.
Well, there's no law that requires me to put anything in writing, actually.
Well, I don't know who you are.
Well, actually, I've clearly identified myself to
You
you.
can make a formal request.
I've
I'm not
actually,
quite sure. If you want to make a complaint, I can give you my email or the sheriff's email, and I would recommend you make a written complaint. And in that complaint, you should outline what information that you're requesting.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and you're doing exactly the opposite of what I'm telling you to do. I'm going to start giving you my email address, so I expect that you have pen and paper in hand right now. My email address, I will say it, and then I will spell it. It's lionnews00@gmail.com. That is LIONNEWS 00@gmail.com. So now you've been put on notice that I want the daily logs for Sergeant Thomas McBroom and this unidentified armed deputy who is aiding and abetting the sergeant on April 10th, 2015. And I also want the sheriff to be put on notice that the surveillance video for April 10th, at that time in that incident, 5 minutes before the incident and 5 minutes after the incident, we want that surveillance video emailed to us also.
What's your middle name?
My middle name is no concern of yours at all. Neither is my date of birth. I will gladly give you my phone number. My phone number is 320-283-5713. So now I've provided more information than I would even need to give you for this data request.
I'll forward the information to the sheriff, and he can decide if it's appropriate to release it.
Well, actually, your sheriff has a history of illegally withholding free electronic information from me already. He's conspiring with your assistant county attorney, Meredith Erickson, and they're making the wild and outrageous claim that I should pay them $229 for free electronic information. So I think that's why your sheriff probably doesn't like me nor Ayrlahn Johnson. So.
It's Terry McBrown.
No. Terry Nemmers. N as in Nancy, E, M as in Mary, M as in Mary, E-R-S.
Okay. Terry Nemmers.
Yes. I'm sure the sheriff is very familiar with me because I've been putting up conversations with the assistant county attorneys up on YouTube at my YouTube channel called Arrest a Judge Kit, because I have this habit of contacting corrupt local officials, and I record the phone conversations, which of course I'm doing right now, and then I put them up on the internet. So that's the thing. So you are on notice that you have my data request, and I have recorded the conversation. I will be putting it up on the internet.
Sure. I'm going to take what you gave me, the information
Well, that's April 10th, 2015. I have video of it. It's approximately 20 minutes long. You know, I'm sure if you ask Sergeant
What time?
I'm sure
What
if
time
you
are you requesting the video? What are the times?
I'm sure if you ask Sergeant McBroom when he was making the wild and outrageous claims he was picking up the mail in the county attorney's office, then you'll find out what time it was.
You don't have the times.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that I'm asking you to ask Sergeant McBroom for that information.
Okay. When I'm talking to you, I'm asking you.
Yes, I did understand
you.
you.
The times now, or?
I did understand your question, and I don't have to answer your questions. I've given you all the information that you need.
Okay, then I think the conversation's done. I will forward that information to Sheriff Dunn.
Well,
And have your phone number and your email, so he can respond back to you.
Well,
as far as your request.
first of all, you said that you don't do daily logs. What do you do in place of daily logs?
I'm not going to discuss Sheriff's Office operations with you, Terry.
Well, this is all public information, so... Well, I want the equivalent to the daily logs, which I've received from other law enforcement agencies, so...
Okay. Well, we're equivalent.
Okay.
I'll forward that off to the sheriff.
So, it's just so we don't have any little retarded word games, you know, so, because I've had that happen to me before. Plus, I've had the situation where your Sergeant McBroom comes in and tries to harass me too. So I'm well aware of what this situation is with Ayrlahn Johnson and the county attorney there, so. But anyhow, I think, like you said, our conversation is over. So I appreciate your time.
You bet.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.